How's it going? My name's Timothy TJ Haynes with Warrior Dad Nation and Warrior Dad Fitness. Let's see, well, one of the things about creating content for me and why I'm so dedicated to doing it, whether I'm doing it 5:45 in the morning like today, or whether I'm doing it 9:45 at night on a work day, literally at the gym creating live content, because I know that there's dads out there full of shame, regret, remorse, guilt, all these different things, especially the ones that are like me that were ex-athletes, and now they're looking at themselves in the mirror after they just helped finish. Not only did they finish their plates, but then they took their kids' leftover pizza and they finished their kids' pizza. How many of us do that? Finish their chicken nuggets, help them finish their fries, start dipping into all their stuff on top of what we just ate. And they're just, we get kind of lost in our own little path, and I want to help them, because that was me, and I have this amazing journey that I went through where I started to become the hero of my own story, and I want to help dads become the hero of not only their own story but of their kids' story, because the effect that this transformation, making the transformation and finally figuring out how to fix myself and fix my life and plugging all the codes in and figuring out how to overcome all the obstacles I had, the health issues, the diabetes, the hypoglycemia, the endocrine system issues, the injured shoulder, hip, knee, all these things were holding me back, and they were my excuses. I just wasn't getting it done. And I would tell my kids, you can do anything you put your mind to. Oh, don't forget to finish your vegetables. Meanwhile, I'm being a hypocrite because I wasn't getting things done that I wanted to put my mind to. I wanted to figure out how to fix my health. I wanted to figure out how to get in shape. I wanted to be a better role model to my kids. I couldn't figure it out, and I was giving up. I almost completely gave up. And then finally, I made that change. I had some moments that changed my life, and I wanted to make that change in my life, and I did. And I started making that change, and it was not easy in the beginning. I mean, I had stumbles and falls because I didn't have a system laid out for me. I was trying to figure it out. I bought this system, I bought that system, get lean in 12 and try to do 12-minute abs every day, and that just didn't work. I spent thousands of dollars on supplements, diet programs, exercise programs, and the stuff just didn't work. And then when I fully committed and I started plugging in these pieces and I met this person, I'm like, wait a minute. And then I told my kids, this is what I want to do. I committed to my kids. I want to make a difference. I want to change my life, and I want to be a better example to you guys. And that started changing everything. And even when I would stumble, I would think about my kids, the promise I had made to them. And I wrote a warrior code for myself, a new code, a new standard, a line in the sand. I made a decision to change forever. And that decision has changed my life. And that commitment to my kids, that promise I made to them, made the hugest difference in my life. And so I started chomping away at it. And maybe I'd slip backwards a little bit, and I'd think about my kids, and I'd figure it out, and I'd run into a wall or an obstacle. And then I'd do research, and I'd try to figure out what else can I do to plug into this? How can I get around this shoulder injury? How could I actually lift weights again? Because I knew that strength training was going to be an important part. And I did all these things that changed my journey. And then to see the change in my kids' lives, how my changing myself is changing their lives, I can't tell you what that means to me. And just fast forward a little bit, literally, that was about 2 weeks ago now. I was on my way taking my daughter to a volleyball tournament. And she said, Dad, this mom was asking me, why do you talk so much about your dad? And she says, because I look up to him and he's my role model. He inspires me. Sorry. She said, he's my hero. She's saying this to me and I'm trying to drive. And she's 14 and a half. Dads are not supposed to be cool at her age. And she idolizes me now. Now she wants to introduce me to her friends. Before she's like, oh, drop me off over here. And I would drop her off and she'd go off and like disappear. and go see her friends. Now she's like, oh, can you pull up next to my friends? I want to introduce you to them. They don't believe me. And then I got out of the car and introduced her, and she introduced me to her friends, and she's like, that's my dad. They're like, whoa. They were looking at, I was wearing a tank top, and they were looking at my muscles, and they're like, she's like, I know, right? And she was saying how awesome I was to her friends. So you want to know why I keep filming and making content and doing these Facebook Lives, even when I don't want to, even if I don't necessarily feel that great? It's because I know that there's dads out there that want to make that change, and they want their kids to look up to them like he's their hero, like you're their hero, and you can do it. Just got to get it done. You got to find it, and that's why I'm actually writing a book, and I'm creating a system. I'm putting a whole thing together. I'm working 7 days a week. I still work my full-time job, and I'm doing this. I'm building this whole thing up, and I'm at this amazing event right now with a bunch of other entrepreneurs because I want to make an impact. Because I made a promise years ago that I had forgotten about, that if I could fix myself and my issues and my health issues, and I could overcome all these obstacles that I had in my life, then I want to help other people that are maybe struggling just like I was struggling. I want to become the hero of my own story. And then in doing so, the byproduct that I found out is I became the hero of my kid's story. And it's priceless. I mean, the moments that I had even last night, talking to my son on the phone from Nashville, Tennessee, where we are right now, and my son's in Northern California, and I practically broke into tears talking to him, because he says, Dad, I want to come with you and meet all these entrepreneurs next year. And I said, you know what, I told you before that you had to be 10. I said, I think I was wrong. If you want to come that bad, I'm bringing you to the next one of these events. Because he's like, because Dad, I look up to you. He says, I want to make a difference the way that you want to make a difference. And so if I can have that effect on them just from changing myself, and other dads can change themselves and have that effect on their kids and their families, then all the sleepless nights, this working 7 days a week, the crazy hours I'm working, and all the sacrifices I've made, and all the obstacles I had to overcome to get to where I am right now, where I'm in amazing shape, and not because like, oh, look at me, I'm so awesome, but the way that I feel and the way that my kids look up to me is unbelievable. It's priceless. It's absolutely priceless. So if I can help other people find that and make that change in their lives, and it's all worth it. And that's why I'm here, and I'm hearing these other entrepreneurs sharing their stories and making differences. I met this gal, Lisa, that started a program for mothers and daughters. It's a suicide prevention program. And if I wouldn't have been here, I wouldn't have met her, and we had this amazing conversation. We were both crying, and I was hearing her story, and now she's got 186,000 followers, and she's making an impact in all these people's lives. And I thought, wow, if I could make that kind of an impact in other dads' lives, then I can make an impact on their kids and on their families, one dad at a time. So, I mean, I didn't rehearse this or anything. I'm just sharing from the heart, and I hope this helps somebody, and I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm so glad I met Wyatt, because I just met Wyatt earlier today, just a little bit ago, at this little burger place to get a bite to eat, and I'm so grateful for that, and the impact this place and this event are having on my lives. Unbelievable. And my son joined the Apex for Kids, that's Caleb Maddox's program, and he's watching Caleb's videos now, and he's super inspired, and we ordered his books, and those are in the mail on the way, and my dad's like, my son's like, when are the books coming, Dad? And I said, I don't know, but they'll probably be there by the time I get back. He's like, okay, we can read them together. And I said, you got it, son. So, sorry for breaking down, but that's my story, and I'm glad I could share it with you. And my name's Timothy T.J. Haynes with Warrior Dad, and I'm so glad to share this with you.